Hello everyone, we're back with some more Higanbana. Hold on, let me turn the volume down. We're back with some more Higanbana no Saku Yoru ni. The second night. Dai Niya? Translated meaning the unforgiving flowers blossom in the dead of night. The second night. Which doesn't really flow all too well, but you know. It is what it is. So yeah, I finished chapter 3 like probably a month ago now. I haven't been able to record much lately. Sorry for that. You can see it by my uploads. I've been uploading like once or twice a week. I should be back into business in that's a week or two probably. I've just been busy lately, but everything should be taken care of by then. Yeah. So chapter 4. I didn't even look at the name of it. Portrait, something portrait. I got the chance to record, so I was like, oh, I gotta record quick. I was planning on doing Fate Grand Order. But Reflector, which is like how I like get my phone screen on my computer screen to record it, didn't work instantly, so I was like, okay, why not doing that? Anyway, the art room was silent. Once the final bell rings and school ends, the remaining students can usually be found either in their own classrooms, the schoolyard, or the club rooms. Their voices hardly ever reach all the way up to the art room on the 4th floor. Is there not an art club? It became so deathly quiet, it's as if the sound was torn from the very air itself. To the average student, the pieces of art adorning the art room walls emanate a sense of eeriness. So we have a new character. I can't tell if they're a guy or a girl. Gonna say guy, but it could be either or. To the average student, the pieces of art adorning the art room walls emanate a sense of eeriness. There are very few students who would go out of their way to visit this room after school just to see these walls of art. So let's see, we got a bunch of busts here. Do you think are the SEKKOU boys here? That's a stupid anime. You should watch it anyway though. Or at least listen to the opening. Or is it the ending? Or just search SEKKOU boys on YouTube. On that note, lately the entire school student body has been talking about how the art room contains one of the school's 8 mysteries. Okay, which yokai is it this time? As they stood looking at the walls of art, these rumors were at the forefront of the mind of Yuki Noda. Yeah, I was like, oh, did it just say he's a guy? I was like, where is that? Yeah, so it's a guy. According to those stories, if a kid ventures into the art room alone after school, a yokai will come out of a painting and ask them a question. But what kind of question does he ask, I wonder? Maybe it's like a red cape or blue cape ghost story. It's a famous ghost story, usually set in a school. Must have been an urban legend at some school a long time ago and spread from there. The story goes that if you enter the bathroom alone late at night, a yokai called the red cape will ask you, do you want a red cape or a blue cape? Choose one. If you reply that you want a red cape, your body will be stabbed all over, and you'll die a bloody death. And if you reply you want a blue cape, all the blood will be sucked out of your body and you will die a cold death, leaving nothing but a blue-colored corpse. There's no way to survive a story like that. That is what Yuki thought when he first heard this ghost story. Both choices are bound to kill you. It wasn't fair. Apparently, this ghost story changes depending on which school it's told at. Some versions of the story of the blue cape use water torture, and some even include a yellow cape along with the other two. Incidentally, the punishment for the yellow cape is apparently death by electrocution. In all variations, the pattern is the same. No matter what you do, you'll die. But, according to his classmates, in this ghost story associated with the school's art room, there's one way out. As long as you correctly answer the question without breaking any of the rules associated with the story, you'll be able to survive. But if he was put in that situation, and his choice was to decide if he lived or died, which choice would he make? This is what Yuki wondered. This reminds me of one of the tips from Higurashi. I think it was episode 4, because I remember episode 4 had a lot of weird tips. It's like, do you want the blue box or the red box? And Rikushi actually, I guess, kinda referenced it back in Uminako episode 8 as well. There's something along the lines. It was like the Monty Hall problem or something. It's different, but it reminded me of it. Anyway. And if you choose the red box, you get ooh, or if you choose the blue, you get ooh, and it's both like basically the same thing. And there's an extra choice there, so you get to pick, and the dialogue slightly changes or something. But if you go back and do the other one, you get like He's like, oh, you can go back and do it. Ooh. I don't remember how it goes. Just this is what it's reminding me of. Every work has to have a red and blue something. A red and blue choice. That's what Yuki wondered? Yeah. He is wondering what he really wants. If he could survive, would he want to? Would he want to live? Or oh, not this again! Or to die. He simply does not know. Just what does he want? He rubbed a graze on his arm through his sleeve. Not even he himself knows. He has no idea. So today is once again come to the art room. At that moment, a voice echoed out from the corner of the room. Do you like those pictures? Oh, new song? Startled, Yuki turned around to see where the voice came from. Standing there was a cute young girl. She had long, soft-looking hair, large eyes, and a bright blue skirt. She was so beautiful that for a moment he had forgotten to breathe. Those pictures, do you like them? She asked again. She had a lovely voice. Yuki was clearly nervous. There shouldn't be any activities in the art room today. Very few people besides Yuki would ever come all the way out to this room. Yeah, I like them. He answered in a nervous voice after a long pause. Really? How strange. Everyone says that the pictures decorating the walls here are scary. Never come to see them. That does seem a little close-minded. He took another look around the art of the classroom wall. Among the pictures of pretty girls and cute little animals. I just got a Discord message. Oh, no, it was someone in the Discord picking up. Oh, you bring me too. Hold on. Recording Higanbana. Give me a minute. Among the pictures of pretty girls and cute little animals, periodically there were much darker paintings adorning the wall. He had once read in a book that seeing horrible and scary things is needed to develop a sense of aesthetics. If all you ever see are pleasant and pretty things, then you can have a negative influence on your mental and emotional state. But even so, he couldn't help but feel that some of the art in these walls were too extreme. Each and every one of them was probably considered a masterpiece, but they portrayed seems far too dark. They're so scary that if a kid saw them in the middle of the night, they'd probably burst into tears. All the kids who come to this room think they're scary. They say that they make the art room look like a haunted house. The girl, oh, that was the girl. No. The girl spoke with a smile, but something about it seemed lonely. Made sure there are a bunch of scary pictures here, but I like them. These pictures. Really? Yeah. I see them all the time, but it always amazes me at what an impact the art of a great artist can have. Yuki may have been too young to completely grasp the meaning of these works of art, but he had a hard time explaining the inspiration he felt from them. He wasn't sure how exactly to put it into words, but they had a strong impact on him. So is this Sumire's sister? I wanted to be Sumire's sister. He knew that his classmates called the art room haunted. He thinks it's natural for them to think that way. But for some reason, he really liked the art room. He knew that there were lots of scary pictures in the room, and they scared him too. But even those pictures filled him with a strong sense of inspiration. This art room frees him from the monotony of his everyday life. It's an airport to another world. That's the kind of feeling it gives him. Makes his experience a culture shock, like learning about a mysterious new culture for the first time. It's rare to meet someone who doesn't consider this room to be like a haunted house. The girl smiled joyfully, almost as if she herself had been praised. Which picture is your favorite? Huh, good question. He looked over the pictures hanging on the wall. There were works of Picasso and Goya. Goya? Is that? I have no idea who Goya is. I hope that's how you say his name. They gave off a feeling of fright, contrasting sublime and warm feelings of Da Vinci and Vermeer. Each of them was called a masterpiece, whether it was for their sacredness or their ghastliness. I know who Da Vinci is, they're in grand order. But Yuki's favorite painting was none of them. I think my favorite one is this one. Yuki pointed to one of the paintings. The girl's eyes opened wide in surprise. It's a somewhat plain painting. There's a bunch of blue and there's like some green there. Yeah, it's really nice. It's hardly comparable to the others on this wall. However, to Yuki, this painting was the most impressive. He genuinely believed that it was prettier than any of the other paintings. It was a painting of a girl. She was a beautiful English-looking girl. She was holding a short whip. She had a very soft-looking hair that went down to her shoulders. She wore a bright blue skirt. Wait. Hey, you look a lot like the kid in this painting. Really? So Sumire or her sister, I don't remember what their design enough to Remember. Yeah, your hair, your clothes, they're almost exactly the same. Looking again, she really did bear a resemblance. Almost as if she had crawled out of the very painting itself. I don't really like it, honestly. This appearance. The girl replied with a bitter smile. What a strange kid. She didn't like how she looked, and then all she had to do was change it. But, you look really girly. I think it looks good. He wasn't lying. He thought that it was perhaps a bit too flashy for school, but he also felt it was suited the way her face looked perfectly. But Yuki's words had clearly displeased the girl. She was obviously scowling. Her large eyes were now narrow and glaring at Yuki. Oh, I'm sorry. He frantically apologized. Did he say something bad? If you really don't like how you look, why not try changing your clothes? Or maybe cut your hair shorter. Once again, he immediately regretted opening his mouth. It's possible that her parents may be strict. They won't let her choose her own clothes or hairstyle or something like that. But this time, unexpectedly, she smiled at him. Like a little flower opening up its petals, a cute smile spread across her face. I see. You're right. Might be nice to change things up every once in a while. Never thought of it that way before. She really does say some strange things. There's no way that she would wear the exact same outfit every day. Still, he was relieved that she was in a good mood again. But once he calmed down, a slight impatience crept into his heart. How is he going to get her to leave the art room? If she sticks around this place for much longer, it'll become a problem. Because for what Yuki came to the art room to do, there couldn't be anyone else here. No, actually, Yuki still wasn't sure whether or not he wanted to do it. Why was he coming to this room every single day? Feels like he has nowhere to go, but if someone else could save him from that feeling, would he want to be saved? His own feelings felt unclear to him, as if they were covered over with a layer of beige paint. Does he really want to keep living with the pain of having these vague feelings? Or would he rather just make it easy for himself and just die? Oh, perhaps As he was thinking about this, the girl turned and started walking towards the door, as if she were about to part ways with him. Maybe she picked up on the fact that he wanted her to leave? That's what he had hoped, but of course, there's no way that she would have guessed that without him telling her. The girl stopped directly in front of a picture hanging right next to the exit. It was an oil painting. The painting featured a dark silhouette in the shape of a human being crushed by a gigantic black bust. There's a small piece of paper placed beneath the painting that titled the work, The Setting Sun. Apparently the artist of this painting had once gone to the school. Later in life, that person had become a famous artist and donated the painting of his old school. What was the name of that person again? You can remember that Shintani? Sensei had told him at one point. She was the kind of beautiful art teacher who happened to be very popular with the boys. Just thinking about that teacher caused a pain in his chest. A heart-rending and agonizing pain. At that moment, he suddenly felt like he understood a little better what his wish was. Perhaps if I could... Hey, Yuki Noda-kun. Still looking at the painting, the girl called his name. Yuki felt like something was out of place. Had he given the girl his name? On top of that unease, he remembered the ghost story his classmates had been talking about. Whispers about one of the 8 mysteries of the school. But the yokai who would crawl out of a painting after school in the art room and ask a question. If you couldn't answer that question correctly, then you would be cursed. The name of that yokai was... Renar? How do you... The art room! Do you know who did this painting? A smile crept across her beautiful face that made Yuki shiver. Shitani-sensei, do you have any plans today? Oh. Oh, so this is the art teacher? Nafumi Shintani. I'm gonna assume that Yuki just died. Huh. Jeez! Stop doing scene cuts so early on! If we were like 2 more minutes in, I'd be like, oh, I can just do a short one, but maybe I'll just call it mid-scene or something. I don't know how long I have to record today. Maybe I have like an hour. But it would suck if I got cut off mid-like episode. Nafumi Shintani was straightening out a stack of documents on her desk when a voice called out from behind her. Not only would I have to record again later, I'd have to edit the video. I'd have to put it into put both clips into Vegas, hit render, and wait like 30 minutes to an hour. Can you believe that? That would be awful. The coffee maker is located directly behind her seat in the staff room, so it's not uncommon for other staff to make small talk to her while pouring their coffee. While putting the papers into a drawer, she turned her head around to see that it was Imada-sensei who was standing behind her. The two of them are close in age, so they'd often make small talk. I guess this is only the second time we've... I'm not going to count the running guy. That we've had a teacher as a character. Like, we had the coach, but that doesn't count. He's a yokai. The first time was, episode 1, Mori something? I forget his name. Kind of looks like a young Rudolph. There's him, but besides him, we haven't had a teacher character, which, given it takes place almost entirely at a school, you'd think there'd be... Well, I guess we had the spriteless one in episode 5, chapter 5. I don't remember his name. How do they call him character, even? The two of them were close in age, so they would often make small talk. Just as she was wondering if he was going to invite her out for drinks like usual, he did just that. Would you like to go out for drinks after this? Found a pretty nice place right by the train station. Shoutout made an apologetic face and replied, I'm sorry, when I'm down here I've got some work to do in the art room today. Mada-sensei had invited her out many times before. She was beginning to feel a little guilty about always giving an excuse and turning him down, but she was also wondering what he was thinking asking her out so often even though she was turning him down. He turned 33 this year. That wasn't exactly that he was uncool. He had a good sense of uprightness and was popular among parents and other guardians. The students always tease him by calling him hot-blooded sensei. Was this the guy from chapter 5? Shoutout sees him as a relatively plain person, but in truth, his refreshingly simple and honest personality held some appeal. But sorry, Shoutout isn't interested in older men. Since she was a kid, the only people she was ever attracted to were younger than herself. Even now, at the age of 30, that has not changed. Mada-sensei made an obviously disappointed face. I see. Would you like me to help you out with that work? I mean, I'm not saying that because I have an ulterior motive or anything. As he tried to explain himself, his face got all red. Without thinking, my face formed into a wry smile. He really was a plain and easy to read person. He really didn't have any ulterior motives, and that was quite the reaction. It's fine. It's really not that much. That's the same laugh from earlier. Is she related to Renor? I'm assuming that's Sumiri's sister's name. It's really not that much work. As she spoke, are all the teachers yokai? Or evil? Or dead? As she spoke, or any of the above? As she spoke, she realized what a poor excuse she had given. There really wasn't that much work, and there's no reason why she couldn't get it done and go drinking with him. She expected him to pick out that flaw. But Imana's response wasn't what she had expected. Okay, but aren't you afraid to go to the art room alone after that incident? Where a kid died. Shoutout strained to maintain her smile. That incident. Those words alone made her vividly recall one student's face. Mada-sensei's face immediately turned to an expression of regret and he apologized. I'm sorry. I said something I shouldn't have. No, it's fine. She was just barely able to reply calmly. Mada-sensei replied with a forced cheeriness to his voice. That was just a rumor, right? A rumor. A rumor. Right now, that rumor is the hot topic among the students. You mean you're Nora of the art room? Okay, no. Probably went missing and nobody remembers him. How silly. Why do kids even like rumors like that? Even though one of their friends has passed away. Oh no, he's dead! Isn't it because of that reason? Surprised you got us right. Huh? Having one of your friends die is a very serious thing to go through. That means he's gonna appear again later. I remember chapter 2 and chapter 6. I need to tighten up my mic stand. Like it has like a 3-legged stand, but when I got it out, I was like, "Whoa, that's a loose stand." That's an entertaining bit, isn't it? Yeah. You guys are just having to laugh like, "Oh, his stand needs to be tightened up." That's a real knee slapper. Having one of your friends die is a very serious thing to go through. It'd be too serious for children to understand. So it might be easier for them to place the blame on yokai or something else like enigmatic like that. Shoutout-sensei, could it be that you also believe in that stuff? No, but sometimes I want to. Sometimes when I'm feeling down I start to think, if only I paid better attention, maybe I could have prevented that from happening. She says as the one that killed him. Don't think like that. That's just an accident. It's no way at all that you were at fault. Thank you. Shinani forced herself to smile and stood up. Well then, I'll be going now. Goodbye, Yamada-sensei. Yamada-sensei looked like he had something else to say, but she pretended not to notice and quickly turned and left the staff room. She shut the door behind her and let out a deep sigh, involuntarily dropping into a crouch. Her knees struck the floor and made a dull thud. A short moment later, a slight pain spread through her legs. It's been a few weeks since that incident, but the thought of it still brings a pain to her heart. It's a violent pain, like having a healing wound reopened by someone digging their fingers into it. Once again, she remembered the face of that boy. The face of that boy who had died. Her chest mercilessly and suffocatingly seized up. Shintani muttered to herself, too quiet for anyone else to hear. Yuki-kun? Why? Why did that have to happen to you? Yuki Noda passed away last month. A teacher patrolling the building after school found him crushed underneath a plaster bust in the art room. It was a rather large bust. It was a reproduction of a Greek sculpture that was used in class to practice sketching. Who was it? Was it Mars? Was it George? It hit Yuki Noda on the back of his head. Officially, the cause of death was extensive blood loss, but he probably died instantaneously. Most likely, Yuki Noda had gone into the art room after school and somehow tripped and fell under the desk supporting the bust. At that point, he bumped the legs of the desk. The bust resting on top of it lost its balance and came toppling down onto Yuki. That is nearly everything that is known regarding the circumstances of the incident. It is judged that his death was just an unfortunate accident, but in the meantime, a rumor has been spreading among the students. A rumor that Yuki Noda was cursed to his death by Renora of the art room. I want to go play with my friends. I'm sorry, guys. I think that's probably going to be the best stopping point for like the next 20 minutes at least. So that's not a bad place to call it. Oh, it's funny. This is a nice, cool, creepy song though. I like this song. It's one of my favorite ones. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.